Hello, YouTube. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, today I'm not reacting to Chantal's live. I'm just covering the Twitter peeps because there are just that many. A lot of stuff's been going down. Sorry, I haven't been reacting lately. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I've just been really busy just trying to catch up on some things. I've been pulling in like 12-hour days and I'm exhausted. But I'm here for you and I'm here to catch you up on all of the news. And there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. So let's go over some of the foodie stuff first. She and Pete's reunited. They did a live together. He was there. He spent the night. So he's kind of sort of back in the picture, although he's not living there with Foodie yet. Now, I've heard talk that he might be moving in with Chantal after the first of the year, but the latest live that Chantal did, she said after her lease is over that she will not be staying where she's staying. And why is that? Well, she had to know at some point that people were going to find out where she was. And between the farmers and other people looking in, people have pretty much nailed down where she's at. So I don't think she's comfortable staying there. Don't know how long she's going to be there for. Also, with the live that she did last night, she pretty much all but said that she might be going back to Syria or trying to. Do I think she might be successful? No. I think that's what she wants to do, but can she do it? Not exactly sure. On to Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn Reid has now been demonetized. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She's been demonetized completely. No memberships, no super chats, can't get that YouTube income. She has been shut down that way. Her channel is still up. She's just been demonetized. So Amber is now promoting her cameos, which are extremely expensive, over $100. There's also a lot of other stuff to go over on Twitter, and we're going to talk about it. So how about we just jump into it, y'all? Let's go over all the news. Let's catch all the way up. You guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, so let's just jump into it. Let me just make sure I am where I need to be. I am. I'm doing the peeps by themselves because there's just so much. And if I try to do a react to Chantal, it would just make the video that much longer. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, this is how you can keep up with all the news, the gossip, the opinions on Twitter that actually happen to be there. Let's start here with a post courtesy of Crochet with Ashmay saying 10-minute panic, totally not bothered. Just be sure to purchase a $100 cameo, and it's not actually $100 because 30% goes to taxes and cameo takes 25%. So yeah, buy a lot of cameos. So Amber did a live last night. It was really, really short. It was basically less than 11 minutes long. Amber did a Q&A. She wanted to do a Q&A, but I guess she really didn't put it together that when you're demonetized, you're not going to get super chats. Once she figured that out, she ended the live. But she was trying to act totally unbothered. When she was bothered, you could tell in the eyes that she was angry. I mean, look at these screenshots. Look at them. Look at these eyes. That is a bothered person. Very, very bothered. She's really bothered. And I'm sure she's bothered because she can't do members only chats anymore, because how can you do that if you don't have memberships? On to Foodie. On to Foodie. So I posted this saying business video, Foodie Beauty, more like feedy video in disguise. We have all known you use your platform to do feedy stuff, Foodie. So this is a screenshot that I took from her cameo. So if you want to book a personal video with Chantal, that's $30. And also keep in mind that to send a message to Foodie, you also have to spend $5. So just to send one message or book a video will cost you $35. But if you want a business video, that's $250. Wow, that's a jump up in price, isn't it? $250. I wonder what that sounds like. Sounds like a Foodie video, doesn't it, Foodie? Yeah, it sure does. Would that cover the cost of your food? Because you have said in the past, got to cover the cost of the food. Florida Salt and Sass says, oh crap, I didn't check in for almost a day and Amberlynn is now demonetized. Chantal still has videos out claiming she's got BED and food problems, followed by on camera B moments. Wonder if she's next. Well, I'm sure people are reporting her videos, although those of us that know. She's been reported for years. YouTube isn't touching her yet. Now, for those who also don't know, there's an ongoing lawsuit about different platforms promoting food problems, addiction. YouTube is involved. TikTok is involved. I think Instagram too. I'm not sure. But there's a big lawsuit. So I think that YouTube is doing a cleanse of different kinds of content because of that lawsuit. Crochet with Ashmay says, let me explain this some. Amberlynn, you are charging $100 per cameo. So $100 comes out of the viewer's account. No one gives a crap if you only see $45 after taxes and cameo cut. Just don't pay taxes. Go to Syria to evade taxes and make content there. So Amberlynn is complaining, I guess, because Cameo takes their cut. And why wouldn't they? All businesses do. I mean, we as YouTubers that have monetized channels, YouTube takes 30% of everything we make. So wouldn't it just make sense that Cameo would do the same? They're going to take their cut. You know, they got to make their money. But let's listen to Amber for a minute.
So for Cameo, whatever price that you set it on, 30% of that like automatically goes to taxes. And then I don't really remember, wait. What was it? Yes, Cameo takes 25%. So I only get about half of it.
And is that the reason why your price is so high? Because you're trying to offset the percentage that Cameo is taken from you? So let's make the cameos really expensive. That might come back and bite you in the butt. Shenanigans says, not Amber trying to justify her $100 cameo because of taxes and Cameo's cut. Actual celebrities don't charge that much. And it's true, they don't, y'all. I've looked at actual celebrities. They're not even that high. Does she really think that she will have a huge influx of requests to get her through her appeal process? She will only gaslight your questions, save your money. Well, last night she was expecting super chats and she didn't get any, so she cut off the live. Kristen says she really is. So I get this is Amberlynn's Cameo. So she is charging $100 for Cameo. But do I think she's going to be successful? No, unless it's some kind of feedie that wants to talk to Amber. We're getting into the holiday season, y'all. Like a lot of people are very, very tight with their money. So who has the money to throw at Amberlynn Reed? Not that many people. Tweet T says, if Amber got demonetized, Chantal is not far from the same fate. The bots are on the hunt, so it's just a matter of time. True. If Amber goes first, then Chantal might be next later. I think because of the lawsuit that YouTube is dealing with right now, that they're in the middle of, they might be using Amberlynn as an example because she's got a bigger platform. That's just how I feel. Okay. 500 Kids and No Money says, I asked AI to pull Foodie Beauty's videos most likely to violate YouTube's eating policy. I grabbed the screenshots. Time to report what needs reporting. Let's do this. So she's got a bunch on her channel. And if Chantal had the sense of a billy goat, she'd be getting rid of those videos or privating them so the bots can't find them. But Chantal, from the lives that I've seen, she's very unbothered. She might be looking at Amber being demonetized as a good thing. Like, oh, if she's been demonetized, more money for me. But we'll see about that, Foodie. Bubbles and Cheek says Foodie Beauty all but said she's going back to Syria when her lease is up in her latest stream. She's not as sly as she thinks. Well, what she wants to do and what she can actually do are two different things. She may want to go back to Syria. She may want to go back to her handsomest man, but it doesn't mean he wants her back or that he can get her back. It remains to be seen. We'll see what happens after payday. Okay. Moving on. Now, here's something fun from Nature is Amazing saying, what are we watching? So is that a gopher? What is that thing? It's that they're doing like some animal watching. And the cat's just sitting there being chill. Queen Jellybean says, according to Filmot.com, there are over 169 videos of Foodie Beauty stuffing her face while discussing bee eating. Would be a real shame if, yeah, would be a real shame. Crochet with Ashmay says, love that for you. Right before Vlogmas. Couldn't happen to more deserving person on YouTube. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Amber. Hope you enjoy your gift from YouTube. Oh, Massimo says, this never-ending alarm. This bird is a menace. Let's listen. With a bird like that, you are not sleeping late. But the bird is rather clever. It's picked up the phone tone very well. Let's see, moving on. Okay, also in the news, not only has Amber been demonetized, but she's had a bunch of videos removed. I think the last count was 40 videos. The AI bots are really going after her food videos. So the bots went after the videos, 40 have been removed, and now she's been demonetized. Valgal says, watching Jordy right now, and Amberlynn's memberships are gone. This following the loss of all those views. A word about that. Anybody who's on my channel that you might be subscribed to another channel, to another reactor, and I'm sure you guys are, because there's so many wonderful, talented people in Girl World. You might want to pass the word around, like anybody who is a reactor. Like I'm sure there's a lot that are on Twitter, but there's some that are not. They might want to do a cleanse of their channels and get rid of anything of eating content from ALR or maybe even Foodie, because the bots might pick that up later. And I don't know if that would lead to a strike. I don't know if that would lead to their entire channel being removed or demonetized. But I think it would be a good idea for anybody who is a reactor to just get rid of the old content if it's got food and stuff in it, because it seems like this thing with YouTube, I don't think it's going to end. I'm not trying to be like a harbinger or anything, like, like Mayday, Mayday and panic. Just preemptive strike. I think it might be a good idea. Okay. Pegatha says, people have been reporting Amber's videos for ED. YouTube has been taking them down left and right. Yep. Chantal might be next. Okay. Now, remember what I said about people finding where Chantal was staying? Hectic Llama says, the apartment complex people are speculating Foodie lives in is known locally as Little Syria. Can't make this stuff up. So here's some information about that. Little Syria is a nickname for a group of apartment buildings on Donald Street in Ottawa, Ontario, specifying the two high rises at this address. The name arose because a large number of Syrian refugees settled in the area starting around 2015 to 2016, creating a new community where many newcomers could live close to one another. And Chantal's been giving some clues away about where she's living. Things such as the place where she's staying, it's basically what they call a junior apartment, meaning it's not that big. There's like a separate room or something with no door on it. People are posting, screenshots and stuff about that. Like there's just been, Pete's himself gave clues to start with because he took a bus to go see Foodie, and the farmers kind of calculated where she might be from that. Now here's a mother's love. This mother bunny is like, oh no, you don't, Fox. Not my babies, not today. The mom bunny saved the babies. See, even bunnies can be fierce. A mother's love is legendary. This mother is standing on business. She's like, oh no, you don't. Not my little ones. Oh no, 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 no. None for you, sir. You will get none over here. Okay, oops, excuse me. Okay. Also, another clue that Chantal gave to where she was living at, she said she was getting Islamic therapy. So isn't it something that is offered in her area? Huh. All right. Another interesting tidbit about Nads, because he's been a little bit active, gotten word back that he went live on Facebook. People were wondering, why did he go live on Facebook? Now here's something interesting from Mrs. Morris Reed saying, Nads is banned from YouTube per the court. He's trying to make money on other social media sites though. He spent 100 days in jail and is suing the court for $300 a day. Well, good luck getting it if that is true. Chantal doesn't even make $300 a day off YouTube. So how is he going to prove exactly that he makes $300 a day off YouTube when he did go live on YouTube and he's got maybe 8 people in his chat room? It's going to be really hard to prove. So good luck with that, Nads. Another interesting thing from Yup Yup saying, did Foodie Beauty change her email? Thought it used to be Big Beautiful Me, but she said last night that it's chantopolis@gmail.com if it's changed. Is it because Salah has access to the old one? It could be, or she's hiding something. Interesting that she's changing her email for no odd reason. Sassy Cat says, I feel this is what type of apartment Foodie Beauty might have. This little hovel with a desk will be similar to what Pete's will call a bedroom. It doesn't even have a door, and this particular apartment complex offered 2 free months of rent if you signed up before December 1st, 2025. Now, I'm including this tweet in with a Twitter Peeps because anybody who might be over here, who might be a Beezer, let's just keep that in mind. That if Chantal is in this particular apartment complex and they're offering her 2 free months of rent, after 2 months, if she comes back to y'all and she says, I don't have rent money, just bring this up. That she was staying there for 2 months and she wasn't paying rent. So where the heck did her money go? But here's kind of a layout, perhaps, of where she's staying. So it looks like we got the bathroom right here. And what is this? Is this a stove kitchen area? Yeah, it looks like. So junior, it looks like a small place. I don't know if 2 people could live there comfortably, but it's small enough for 1 person. Yup Yup says, well. What are the odds that the place where Foodie Beauty is suspected of living is also coincidentally known as Little Syria? Heavy Arab population, nearby mosque. Did she rent this to tempt Salah into coming to Canada? Maybe. Could be. Yup Yup says, Pete said the flat Foodie Beauty was in was cozy and the second bedroom was small, without a window. was more like a den and needed 2-bedroom measured. Kiwi Farms is considering this place with its small square footage and a den. Even if not exactly right, she could be in this general area. Could be. I mean, like, again, she's been giving clues all over the place about, like, when she's going out driving, the places that she's visiting, and every time she goes someplace, people can figure out, oh, she's in this area or she was in this area. Okay. Now, for those who might think that cats can't be clingy, here's some proof that they can be. And you guys have seen Booger with me. She can be very clingy when she wants to, but I don't mind it because I'm her mother and I want her clingy. Look at the babies. Look. See, they can be clingy. Yes, they can. Oh, did I skip ahead? Sorry. I did, by accident. Shenanigans says, at the end of the day, Chantal doesn't crave love. She doesn't know what that means. She craves attention and obsession while being left alone at the same time. True. Love, who cares about love? She just wants to be in somebody's company and have a caretaker and cling to them like mold. Not like a vine, like mold. And she'll cling to you like mold. And you got to get rid of her. Your mom's emotional support carrot says codependence from heck. Chantal will use, abuse, and drain Peach dry again, then leave him for a man. I don't know which one is more out of touch. I know what y'all gonna say. Like, oh, look, I'm not a fan of Pete's. I am not a fan of that man. After the way he treated BBJ, nope. I try to be fair, though. I do try to be fair. But at this point, if he moves in with Chantal, I can't have a shred of sympathy. He's old enough now. He's been through enough with her that he should have learned by now. I don't know what it's going to take with Pete's. He knows what she is. He knows what she does. He knows that she's a user, a liar, a manipulator, a power tripper, jealous, insecure, clingy, a burden. He knows this about her. And he chooses to be around her anyway. So he's not ignorant. He's just choosing to be willfully blind. And when somebody gets that way, they got to learn on their own. So if he moves in with Chantal, I say he's got to learn his hard lessons. He just has to. And nobody can stop it. Nobody can slow it down. But I'm sure the people that are on his channel that enjoy his company, that like to talk to him, if he moves in with Chantal, they're not going to be happy because they know what she's going to do. And in essence, he's allowing it to happen. He's allowing her back into his life. He's allowing the chaos. And if he's okay with it, I guess he's okay with it. He's a grown man. He can make his own choices. Rob says puppy went out quick. So this puppy's being naughty. The Roddy's like, you better sit your butt down. You better sit that butt down, like right now. Coffee Time says she only wants therapy in those Muslim classes to learn more about the Quran because Salah finally replied to her. If he hadn't, she'd still be crazy. He told her she needs therapy, and now she thinks if she fixes herself, he'll want her. You know what I think? I think Salah is playing that game with Foodie. He doesn't want her back, first of all. But I think he's doing all that he can to kind of push her away and push her away and push her away, and maybe hoping that she'll forget about him and give up on this pursuit of him. Yeah, like just give it a few months, Foodie, and do this and do that. Like he's doing what he can to keep her mouth shut so she doesn't completely go off on him and talk about him and his family. But he's like doing the extension thing of like, just a few more months, just a few more months. And Chantal's looking for anything that will give her hope. So she's like, okay, you're giving me some hope. I'm okay with that. Just a few more months. Okay, like you're not saying no. That's good. Aw, we don't deserve cats. Time to sleep, Emma. We have to get up early tomorrow. So, see, cats are cuddle bugs. and they love to sleep with you. Booger sleeps with me every night, either under the covers with me or, cuddled up to me like that. That's my life right there. And I don't mind it a bit. Look at this beautiful panther. Nature is amazing. Each paw has 5 switchblades, a beautiful cat. Well, that would hurt. But look at those, look at those, look at those little bean pads. Cats are cats. Yog says that look. Look at the mama cat looking at the dog like, I just wish you would. I'm staring at you. And the dog knows it. Mama's like, I dare you. I just wish you would. You want to try me? I'm staring dead at you. Don't you even think about hurting my baby. Do you feel lucky, punk? Herksy Worksy says, sorry, I highly doubt a perfectly healthy 31-year-old man with an Arab constitution needs to be hospitalized for food poisoning. Yeah, Foodie claimed the reason why Salah was not talking to her was because of food poisoning. Really? Well, if he had food poisoning, why would he need it in the hospital? I'm sure those of you that are watching, we've all had a case of food poisoning at some point. It sucks. You feel awful. You might throw up. You might have diarrhea. But after a few days, it just passes over. You don't go to the hospital for it, though, unless it's really extreme, like maybe dehydration for throwing up all the time. But interesting that she said food poisoning. How would she know that he got food poisoning? Unless he talked to her, which I doubt. I don't think he's really talking to her all that much. But how would she know specifically it's food poisoning? Or is he saying that to her just to calm her down as a reason why he's not speaking to her? It could be something else. Tweety says, so now we all know Salah is out of the picture because she finally put Pete's on camera. Well, he's out of the picture for now. For now. She can always change her mind and try to go back. So again, we will see what happens after payday. If she's going to run or try to run, it's going to happen after payday. She's got to wait for that money to come in. Let's see. All right. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, OMG, is the Syria arc over? She seems genuinely happy to have Pete's there and isn't being all, come on, Salah, look what I'm doing, smug. Well, I also have a theory, y'all. A lot of people have been asking the question, even her own beezers, are you going back? Are you going back? Are you going back? A lot of the beezers are very, very nervous about, is she going to stay or is she going to go? So I think Chantal has been trying to act like she's staying. Like, look, I got an apartment. Look, pizza's here. Look, I'm taking off the hijab. It's over. But Chantal can change her mind at the drop of a hat. So you can never tell with that one. She can always pull a smoke screen over people's eyes and go back anyway, or like I said, or at least try to. I don't think she's going to be successful. I don't think Solana's family want her back. I mean, surely there was a reason why she signed the paperwork and there were people there to witness. I don't know. We're going to see. Okay, this is creative from Iris Serafita. It's bring anything but your backpack to school day. And some of these students got real creative. Look, they're bringing carry-ons, refrigerators, tires. What the heck? Boats? This is so creative. Anything but a backpack. Let's bring the whole kitchen sink, a horse. Wow. Bringing an entire boat. Where would you even put that? Carpet cleaner, a grill. I bet Kids were going to school this day just to show off their creativity. Amazing. A tire for a backpack. Oh no, not the grass spreader. A dishwasher with a backpack in it. Fantastic. I just wanted to show that to you because I thought that was fun. Okay, now this has to do with the live that Chantal did with Pete's. Because I was watching, and Chantal was acting exactly the same with Pete's as she did before. She was kind of annoyed for him being there. And she would get mad because he was getting attention. Debbie's World says after 4 years, she has the same bad attitude. If you notice, she's sitting in front of him, Pete, to the back, and she's giving him the stink eye every time he says anything, just like she did 4 years ago. She still thinks she's better than him. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Chantal has it in her head that she's better than Pete's. Chantal, you're not better than Pete's. I don't know why you put yourself above Pete's. But that's part of the problem. You run after guys that are unobtainable, that don't want you. And the one guy that does want you, does care about you, you're too good for him? Nah, you're not too good for him. Not at all. Not at all. Now, remember me telling you guys that Chantal has sock accounts? Sarah Lee is one of them. Yup Yup says, has Sarah Lee ever been in Foodie Beauty's chat during a live or ever sent a super chat? No, she hasn't. Have they ever been seen at the same time online? No, they haven't. If not, then it's pretty obvious it's Foodie. So here's a comment from Sarah Lee saying, you're not considering the fact that he was a scammer. No matter what she did or didn't do, he would have left her eventually. You're also overlooking that they didn't break up because her feelings had faded. He told her he loved her and that she was his soulmate, and they both cried their eyes out before she left the next day. The real reason for their breakup was that life in Syria had simply become too difficult for her, which is completely understandable. So yeah, she was expecting to hear from him and now in shock. When Chantal met Salah, she escaped her loneliness, which had always been her greatest fear. Now she's back to living alone, facing that same fear again, while also being cut off from Salah. She's struggling to accept that he never truly loved her and that she was just scammed. That's you talking, Foodie. That sounds like you talking. Not somebody else, just you. Enigma 2025 says she's going to Islamic therapy as a Muslim woman, not wearing a hijab, living with a man who isn't her husband, and wants to learn more about Islam and work on her imam while eating pork and having bacon in her fridge. All lies except for the bacon part. So here's a clip from the live that she did with Pete's.
I do not like wigs.
You're gonna eat pork in here? I'm just joking.
Oh, that's true.
No, you can eat pork, whatever. I have a thing of bacon in my fridge.
Ooh, they also have lamb salad.
Yeah, you're really working on your faith over there, Foodie. Sure. Okay, here's another interesting tidbit from Jolie saying Foodie Beauty is trying to pimp out Pete so he can give her more rent money. Nobody is falling for it. Chantal is such a user. Pete's don't do it. So Pete has a Patreon. Here's the clip. I've now created a Patreon. The first video is already up. The first video is free for anyone to watch immediately, but in the future, members will get early access to anything I post on there. And depending on how many members I get, I may make something else. Let's see the comments. Jordan says, Foodie wants to increase her income to benefit herself. She needs help with rent in that crappy apartment. Keep in mind, if you move in, she will abandon you again and again. But next time, you will have no place to go. Your landlords now know they can rent out your room, and they will. More than likely, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. He's got to learn. He is not ignorant. He's not innocent. He knows what he's dealing with. He's got to know. So if he makes a choice to move in with Foodie, can anybody really feel sorry for him? If you're completely aware of who you're moving in with and what they do? Now, I I don't have the sympathy. Joanna Freedom says his first night there and she already had him fetching the food. Yeah, he was just a visitor. He came by bus and they did a live together and he was already fetching her food. And I also heard that he paid for her meal. So he's back to doing things for Foodie. And is she appreciative? No, not really. Sassy Cat says, all of a sudden, Foodie Beauty is in a great mood. Pete's is moving back, and I'm sure he will be at her service. Now she can be the lazy beast she was born to be. Pete's, you're an idiot. Well, he's a willing idiot. He's willing to do this. You can't really say anything. Let's see. Okay. Going forward. Okay, Billiana says Foodie Beauty warned us 5 years ago. She's always been a psycho. So this is an older clip. This looks to be when she was with BB. But y'all lean in because back in the day she was a bit more coherent, speaking a little bit more truth. Let's watch the clip.
When I would crush on a guy, I would crush hard, like I was psycho. Like Fatal Attraction. In my delusional head back then, I was like, if they could just notice me, they would fall for me. I have cherry lip gloss on. I have cherry lip smacker lip gloss on. So I started writing love letters. Listen, my sons don't want to have
Oh, also credit to Glucose Gorgeous.
anything to do with you. You know, please do not come around here anymore. You're okay. I burn my bridges. They know me. They don't want me. You know. I was even considering putting on like a disguise.
Okay, little context for those who are not aware of what she's talking about. When Chantal was young, like say teenage years, she was so stalkerish. She actually stalked 2 teenage boys in a band to the point where the boy's father warned her to leave and not come back or he would call the cops. That's what she's referring. She's telling this story right now. Like she was stalking 2 teenage boys to the point where their dad had to step in and say, you better leave my boys alone or I'm calling the cops.
I'm trying to come off as an older, sexy woman and try to seduce them. I was crazy. It's like, Chantal, you really need to leave them alone. He said to tell you that if you come on their property again, they're gonna press charges for trespassing.
And as you can see, nothing much has changed because here we are many years later, and she won't leave Salah alone. Like I'm sure she's blowing up his phone with constant text, constant messages, and she won't leave him be. Like she was in that crying stream saying, just tell me to F off and I'll leave you alone. No, she doesn't leave people alone. That just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Okay. Now the chillest cat ever. Post of cats. See? This cat completely, what a beautiful, is that a Siamese? What a beautiful cat. I love the coloring. Look at those eyes. I love that smoky coloring, markings. The cat's just chilling. Absolutely chilling. Sure is. Hectic Lama says, Salah, tell Chantal not to come to Syria. Agrees that they should separate. Serves her divorce papers on her way out the door. Chantal, why won't he just tell me what he really wants? He kind of did, didn't he? He kind of did. Okay. Well, sit down, Booger. Sit down. Sit down. What else we got here? Yups. Salah's friends Allah and Murad discussed the truth of Foodie Beauty's marriage, even named the sheikh who performed the ceremony. So this was like an old interview they did. But here's some screenshots from that. Murad, Chantal came beginning of November, the second day, the day after she arrived. They did a Mizar marriage contract. Murad, the Mizar contract was for 5 to 6 days only. This type of contract is permissible in Kuwait. Murad, there is also a known sheikh on Twitter, Sheikh Abu Ahmed, who does these Mizar contracts. Allah, forget this whole mess, whether she's married or not married. Murad, please pay attention to what I'm about to say. Murad, soon, hopefully, I will personally show you all the official marriage contract. Allah, sarcasm, congratulations. So if they were married, it was only for less than a week. Less than a week. Okay, so what is there anything else here? And nature and animals, ducks having their own fun. So ducks like to play on the slide. Look, they're having a blast. Sliding down the slide. Kids love it. I guess ducks love it too. Shenanigans says Chantal isn't mourning the loss of her marriage. She's angry because she lost control. The fact that she plans to replace Salah with an inanimate sax doll who doesn't talk and only worships her weird tells you everything you need to know about the actual value to her. Yep. So I think we're all caught up on the Twitter peeps, y'all. And I've got to go and get some work done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the peeps. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'm going to react to Chantal later. But I got to get some work done right now. So thank y'all for watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Twitter peeps. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.